What's up, guys? It's Mike Frank with Berkshire Hathaway, Frank Oliver and Company, coming to you for the first time in a couple weeks, and I know you guys have been missing out, so we've got a lot of content to share with you. On another note, I had such a great time at all of our Tom Ferry events 2 weeks ago. It was really amazing to be back in person and really masterminding with some of the greatest people that have really impacted my career. I've had the opportunity to share with these people over the last 6 years and bring back content to share with you guys, to share with our team and other agents within our network, how we can really grow our business. And I'm so empowered and excited to be back. We have a lot of investment going into next year and big things happening for you guys. So I'm sorry for missing out the last couple of weeks, but that's why we were gone. And I want to share with you, but right now we're going to talk a little bit more about where we left off. Where we left off was talking about easy ways to build your home's equity. We talked a little bit about different things that you could do to build value and grow equity, and we're going to break those down here today. Now, it is the 18th of October, which means that we've got 2 short weeks before the Halloween season completely closes, and we're looking towards the end of the year. There's a lot of things going on in Baltimore, and the Baltimore Zoo is excited to come back with Zoo Boo, which is an outdoor event. They do it every year. Did I go last year? I think I did go last year. I think they did it last year in COVID time. It's really cool. It's fun. They do lights. They have a lot of little attractions for the kids, and they have a little section of the park created for this Zoo Boo event. Same thing they do, very similar to the Christmas event, but very excited to be back to that. You've got Halloween festivals, lantern parades, of course, the original Edgar Allan Poe Ghost and Grave Tour. Power Plant has their Halloween bar crawl, all these things that are coming back, and I'm just so excited to be back to some semblance of post-COVID normalcy. So, anyway, we talked a little bit about how you could grow your equity in the marketplace, and something that a lot of people don't know, and I want to repeat this again. If you bought a home in 2019 or earlier, but 2019 specifically, your 2-year rate of return is almost about 27% in our market, which means that if you bought a home for $280,000 or $350,000, add a 27% increase on the value there, and you're going to have a tremendous amount of value that you could do other improvements and make improvements to your home by perhaps taking out a home equity line of credit or perhaps turning that equity and buying a bigger home. So, talking about building equity. Now, we can, of course, wait for the market to grow, but the first way that we're going to build equity is by making a big down payment. Now, of course, down payment starts right from day one, but the value kicks in over time because immediately from the point that you make a big down payment, your equity position is greater. Your monthly payments are going more towards principal than they would be if you were making just a simple 3% down payment or even a 0% down payment, depending on the loan type. But if you put down a big down payment, you're also going to be able to have a little bit more liquid cash, as you might be able to lower your costs and expenses incurred by lowering your interest rate or by lowering your mortgage insurance. You're going to create more liquid cash that you could do the second thing, which is going to be paying more on your mortgage. So, of course, there's many ways to pay more on your mortgage. You can make one lump sum payment on an annualized basis. You could pay a couple $100 additional per month, or you could do what most people do, which is switching to bi-weekly monthly payments. For most of you out there, you get paid every other week anyway. So if you were to take a bi-weekly payment out of your bank account, it would be roughly the same thing as taking one per month. But lest we forget, there's 26 bi-weekly payments in a year. So as a matter of fact, you would make one additional mortgage payment that you would not be making otherwise if you were making monthly payments, because you'll actually make 13 payments instead of 12 in a year's time. And just doing that, you're going to shave somewhere between 7 and 9 years off of your mortgage. It's crazy. So one biweekly payment can shave 7 to 9 years off your mortgage. It's going to grow your value exponentially. And when you get ready to sell your house in 5, 7, or 9 years, you're going to have a tremendous amount more in equity because you put it there. It's a good way to save. It's a good way to plan. It's a good way to increase your value without really changing your day-to-day expenses. Now, if you were to do a certain amount each month, you also want to make sure that that certain amount is going to set your expectations. Most of these online banks have mortgage calculators, and if they don't, you want to talk with the lender that created the loan with you, as they'll be able to build the value that you want to set. So if you wanted to put down $100 a month, well, you're going to save $1,200 in a year. If you wanted to put down $500 a month, you're going to save $6,000 in a year. And the real question is, how much equity do you want to earn, and how can you appreciate that value quickly? So, of course, you can always throw back extra money. the occasional money, right? You got a birthday and your grandma gave you a big present. You want to invest it. People often think about going to the stock market or day trading, and those are great ways too. But what if you just wanted to build a little bit more value for yourself for a rainy day? What if you just wanted to build a little bit more value for yourself for when you go to sell that property, you walk away with more liquid cash as more of a savings account? It's a great way to diversify your investments and create something that's going to work for you, whereas some people aren't doing anything. And if all you're doing is making your base monthly payment, you're just going to be a slave forever. So at least utilize that money and put it towards something. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be another source of real estate, right? Now, the third thing that we're going to talk about in increasing your property value is going to be those fun and sexy things. And we're going to come back to this more next week because we have a couple other things that we're going to talk about, but just remember that you can always do the fun and sexy things, whether it's renovating a kitchen, adding to your outdoor spaces, or increasing the overall size and value of your home. You're going to be able to increase the value tremendously by putting in the sweat equity. So we've got a couple more things that we're going to talk about next week, but I just wanted to share with you guys how much value you guys have in your home today. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, of course, reach out to us anytime. Right now is a great time to think about getting into the market next spring. So reach out to us if you guys have questions about the value that you carry in your home. As always, I'm here to help. So reach out, PM, DM, or subscribe to the link below, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for weekly content. Also, check out our social media pages. The links are in the description below. See you next week.